What up, it's your boy ZTY Toon, and this is Palm Care.
Toon. ZTY, you already know. YBN.
What up, it's your boy ZTY Toon. I bought a Majestic Palm, a couple weeks ago, and I've been looking online to see like proper watering videos for a giant tree like this in your house when you live on the third story. Well, we don't live on the third story, but our bedroom is on the third story, so this is where we have the plant, giant Majestic Palm, Majesty Palm, whatever you prefer to call it. There's also a scientific name, which I don't think, like Rubiella or something. This right here is native of Madagascar. It needs to dry out, the soil does, but once it gets wet, you need a way to properly water. And I haven't been seeing too many like proper watering videos on these plants like since I've been doing this. I took some ideas from when I used to grow weed, because yes, obviously I used to grow weed. I'm in Colorado, so yeah, it happened. I took some of my tips from growing weed and applied it to this. So this is how I kind of used to grow weed back in the day. I put the pot inside of a bucket and put it inside of a 5-gallon bucket. And that way there's like a gap between the bottom of the bucket and the pot that's actually in there. And there's a hole back here. There's a hole I drilled in the bottom of the bucket. And the hole is at the very bottom of the bucket, but not underneath it, but it's like right there on the side, so it's right at the bottom water level. So all the water is going to drain into here once you fill this pot up. So you don't have to worry about taking the pot outside and basically dealing with dragging this up and down the stairs, messing your fronds up and all that, going up and down stairs and all that. And you don't have to worry about dragging it into your bathroom trying to like basically water your plant, because you know how you're supposed to water these is you're supposed to drench them and let them completely drain out. But I don't see how people let them drain out when they have a big pot and they water their plant. And first of all, you're not getting it fully soaked if it's like that, and two, you're not letting it drain out. It's one or the other. You're either not soaking it all the way or you're not letting it drain out. So I feel like that's why a lot of people say it's hard to grow Majestic palms indoors, because I feel like they're just not watering it properly. The watering has a lot to do with it. This window is facing facing east, and the sun comes up right there. So this palm gets about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours, 2.5 hours max of direct morning sunlight. And then it just gets this bright sunlight throughout the rest of the day, because this is the brightest room in the house. So I feel like that's another key, to Majestic palms. It just needs, some people say you don't need to put it in direct sunlight. It's a palm tree. I've heard people say you don't put palm trees in direct sunlight. What are you talking about? It's a palm tree. Where do you see palm trees at? Normally they're on the beach, nothing around it, just sitting in the wind, just flaring by itself, you know what I'm saying? Or with another palm tree. But you normally see these in the sun. It's not like you see these underneath a bush. And this grows to be 40 to 100 feet tall. Majestic palms. So this is the actual palm tree. They grow to be really big. So I don't understand why people say they don't need direct sunlight, which clearly they freaking do. So I think that's another reason why people mess up their palms too. But let's go ahead and see how this watering system works. Let's see if it works properly. This is the first time I've actually done it. I've done this before, but not with this palm. This is the first time I've actually watered this palm in this setup. So let's see how it's going. And this palm is very healthy right now, as you guys can see. So I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to start in the center. You want to start in the center and work your way out. If you work your way out and then go in, you're going to create pockets on the side. And your water's going to go from the middle to the outside, and you're not going to water your plant properly. So you want to start in the center of the plant. Center, pour slowly. Don't let it run on the edges, because if you start to let it run on the edges, that's when it's going to have issues. That's when you're going to create voids and your whole plant's not going to get soaked. So you want to make sure the whole plant gets soaked. The whole root system gets soaked. You want to do this slowly. Pot, honestly, I'm going to get a pot for right here, and that's going to contain all this. So I'll just get a decent sized pot so you really won't see all of this. And when I do water it, it's not going to do it. And I'm going to get a water pump and a hose, so all I gotta do is just sit here with the hose. So I'm gonna go pick that up today. I just didn't have time to do that today. But eventually I'm not gonna be watering it with a cup, And this is distilled water. Obviously I didn't say that. This is distilled water. I have air, and it keeps it bubbling. But I need to go get a air stone so it actually creates more air. But also having that in there, it stirs the water, one, and two, it keeps my water alive. my distilled water alive. Big fan of liveliness, so I open my windows up if it's nice a little bit, and I make sure my water is aerated because I'm not a fan of stillness. I feel like that's how things start to die. Nothing is happy in still water, still air. So your water has to be distilled so you get all your chemicals out, because palms do not like salts and chemicals like chlorine, which is in your tap water. So you can use tap water, you just gotta make sure you distill it. And you guys hear that? You guys hear that? That's it working. And it's working perfectly. It's draining right out. Water's draining into the palm tree, so you're soaking your palm. You're making sure your palm is really soaked, and everything else is just draining out. That's what you want. And I didn't add any fertilizer to this water right now because I'll do that next time. I just wanted to make sure this got a good, nice soak for its first soaking. You know, this thing might need to be repotted soon too. I'll think within the next probably. I see a root coming up right here. You guys can see this root right here. That's a root. So it'll probably need to be repotted here. I would say within the next. I'd give it another month, and I'll go ahead and repot this thing. Let it get comfortable in this area. And then also see what would happen sometimes is, let me see, that's pretty good water. Alright. So that's a good amount of water right there for that. So what happens is sometimes as you hear it stopped dripping. That's alright. Just go ahead and take your hose. That's why you kind of want your hose to be long sometimes, so you can just go ahead and just blow air into it. And if you're like, ooh, it's freaking hot water. It's just it's plant water. It's nothing. It's fine. Just blow into it, and then boom. You got to clear the. Sometimes some soil will get down there, so you just got to clear it out the way, and then it drain again. It's draining. So you just let it drain out the pot, so that way your pot's not sitting there in water. And you guys see that's a complete drenched plant. Boom. All those voids. Yeah, so you just let that drain up. We're good to go.
Disrespectful, kinda like my level, twisted like a pretzel, so damn grateful. Jury disrespectful, kinda like my level, twisted like a pretzel, so damn grateful. Jury disrespectful, kinda like my level, twisted like a pretzel, so damn grateful. Thank you. Jury disrespectful, kinda like my level, twisted like a pretzel.
I guess I can show you guys like one of my other palms. This is a corn. Oh, I guess you would not really call this a palm, but it is a palm, but it isn't a palm. This is the corn plant. My nice corn plant had one baby one too, but that one kind of died. So I'm not sure what happened to it. This one like thrived and is doing good. Like always has these shoots coming out. So I don't know what's going on with that. Areca Palm, you know, it started dying off because this is before I like really did a lot of research on my palms and understood that, hey, even though it's a palm tree, it doesn't need a lot of water. I was overwatering my palms. I stopped overwatering the palm. I don't even think that's in the right soil. When I bought it, it was in that soil. I don't even think it's in the right soil. So I'll probably need to repot this and get it in the right soil. But I got it coming back. It's coming back. She's coming back, so she's doing all right now. So I have this azalea right here. I need to trim that down here. I need to trim all the new growth down here. I got this azalea, beautiful. I love this thing just because my girlfriend wanted flowers every week, and I got tired of buying flowers every week because I got tired of them dying every week and a half. So I was just like, I'll just buy you a flower bush, and that way we can keep flowers going forever. This is my Fukienti, bonsai. It's fall right now, so clearly, it's not fall right now. It's winter. We're going into spring. Sorry, it's spring starts in a couple weeks. You see, there's a flower right there. We got a flower right there. It grows nice little cute little white flowers. Some that died right there. But it's always blooming some white little flowers everywhere. Especially during this late spring, early summer. This thing is really going. This is the Orchid. I like this because, you know, it's just simple. You really don't have to do much with it. You know, I'm not good at keeping them alive, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had success in keeping them alive and making them rebloom. So that's something I'm trying to work on, is actually keeping them to rebloom. So working on that as well. I don't know what I called this before, but it's Areca. It's an Areca plant, Areca Palm. I don't know why I called it at first, but yeah. But like I said, this is the big one. This is the one that demands all the respect. Super tall. I got tall ceilings and it's going pretty far up there, you know? So I had it originally down where I had my other plant. Had it down where I had the Areca. Didn't look good, it was smushed. This looks a lot better. Looks like we're still draining out. Looks like we're, a lot of that water drained out actually. That's good. So it is finally done draining, probably 15 minutes later. It is completely done draining. I blew into it. You just hear air, see? You just hear air. So there's nothing left in there, no more water. So you just take this hose, angle it upwards, like that. So boom, 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 like a little cat tail. And then look how much water drained out. Oh my God. Look how much water drained out. All right, so imagine that sitting at the bottom of your planter, sitting at the bottom of your plant, sitting at the bottom of whatever you have your plant, your pot, and your plant's just sitting there sitting in that. Especially because a palm tree, like I said, the soil is meant to just drain, because you gotta understand, palm trees are basically sitting in sand. You know, they sit in a lot of sand out there in Florida, the islands and all that, Madagascar, Africa, Asia, all that. They sit in a lot of sand, you know? So their soil, it doesn't hold water. So it needs to drain. It needs to just drain and do what it's got to do. And that's what happens. This is where your water goes. And you know what? It's like pee. Like, it's even pee color. Your plant just peed. Like, why would you want that sitting in your plant? Why would you want your plant drinking that? So you take that and you dump it. Where I like to dump it, I like to dump it in my toilet, because it makes it easier and I'm not dirtying up my tub. So I just take it and I just pour it in the toilet. If I can get it, hold on. Your toilet's gonna automatically flush. So don't think you're gonna overflow your toilet, because you're not. Your toilet automatically flushes when it has too much water in it. Just in case you did not know that. So you're not gonna flood your toilet. Don't be scared. But yeah, you know, and then boom, rinse that out, and then it's your bucket for next time, and you're done watering. That's it. You put more tap water in here, and let it distill more, and that's it. That's all you do. So if you want to, just get you a little air pump from Walmart. Get the little hose and get a little air stone. That way you can go ahead and keep your water going. You can throw your fertilizer in here too, and let your fertilizer just keep mixing, pre-mixing. That way you can just go ahead and throw that right in your plant when you're ready to water. Like I said, this is really good. You need to do this if you're not distilling your water before you're giving it to your plants. Most likely your plants are getting a lot of salts, you're getting a lot of chlorine, a lot of chemicals that they just do not need. So go ahead and distill that water. So like I said, there's not too many videos on how to take care of these palms like that, like how to water an indoor giant tree. So I made this video so people know how to basically take care of these majestic palms, because people were like complaining that you can't do it indoors, but you really can. You really can. You just have to have the proper tools. Like I said, I live in Colorado. It's not the best weather out all the time. We're just now getting into, what is this, March? So it's March 10th, 11th. So yeah, we're not even into spring yet. We're about to get to spring in a week or two. So I leave my window open upstairs a little bit. In the morning for humidity, I didn't say that. For humidity, what I like to do is, my shower is right there, my bathroom, you just saw my bathroom. So when I take a shower, I leave my bathroom door open, I shut my bedroom door, I shut my windows, and I just make it get really humid in here in the morning, you know what I'm saying? So it just starts the day out really humid. They have the morning sun coming up, it's humid, they're just loving this point. So this palm and that palm down there, they just love it in the morning, because you know they get that humidity just right. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of these. I'm probably gonna buy a few more of these, depending on how great I am at taking care of them. If this one dies in a few weeks, then obviously I'm not gonna buy some more of them. But I'll keep these videos going. I'll let you guys keep going, and I'll keep updating. Appreciate it. Later. Yes, also comment, like this video, subscribe. I do all kinds of crazy videos, from talking about my dreads to my music videos to my cards that I do, you know, so everything. I'm just going to keep everything on my YouTube page. I'm not going to make different YouTube pages for everything. So ZTY Toon, everything. So if you're trying to see ZTY Toon garden and get some urban ZTY Toon tips, this is some ZTY Toon tips for you guys, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. Tune later.
Like a smash, ayy. Been chasing that paper, been chasing that money.